Hello and welcome to another Electrician's Day Off. As you can see, we're on an empty platform and I better explain what it is I'm doing here. Well, today we're actually helping my brother shoot some video for his channel, Rainham Enthusiast. So here's my brother. Hello. As I say, runs Rainham Enthusiast for his video channel, and we're here doing the least used stations in the northwest. So I'm helping him do all this video work. So I will hand over to my brother and he'll explain exactly what his channel is all about.
Hello, I'm Rainham Enthusiast. I go around looking at mainly the least used stations in particular areas, stations of interest and stations which a lot of people don't visit, obviously, because they're the least used stations. So all the history, there's plenty of history up here in the northwest. Today we're at Upton, which is the least used station in Merseyside. So I'll hand you back over to my brother who can continue it. Thank you very much.
So there you go. So that's what we're doing today. Just taking a little bit of a rest from all the electrical work that I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, just taking a day off. So yeah, as John said, we're in the deepest, darkest of Merseyside at a place called Upton, which is completely empty and deserted. So yeah, so join us as we go along to some of the stations today and take it from there. So John, what do you normally do on one of your trips out? How do you put your videos together?
Mainly, basically go to the train station, or railway station I should say, then go on each platform, do a quick scan of each platform to make sure I'm not missing anything. Usually you'll find things like on this station you've got a disused area, the platform, that's usually got a bit of history to it. Then I'll overdub history on the actual channel, intersperse that with images of the station, the platform, and perhaps notices, and then I'll go through what the station has to offer now. Now obviously in this case, in this station, which is one of the least used stations, there's a couple of shelters and a couple of notice boards. But sometimes you go to a station and it's got things like historic markers for mileposts, and they can be of interest, and people usually just miss them because they're in the undergrowth somewhere. So that's basically what I do. I try and get the history out of a station which perhaps isn't as well loved anymore.
So what sort of equipment do you use when you're out on these trips?
I've got my 800D Canon, and I use a Rode mic with obviously a fluffy thing on to try and stop the wind, because sometimes when the places I go to they are a bit windy and windswept. And I've got a Joby tripod mount, which I find very handy because I can just twist it to any direction. And that's basically all I need. I'm going to call my mobile phone to tell me where I'm going to be going. But I usually use an 18 to 55 Canon lens. I have got a larger one, and I've also got a 50 prime lens, which I can use if there's anything of very good interest that I want a high resolution.
Okay, so we've already been to, is it Heaston, Helston? Where did we go first?
Heswell.
Heswell, we went to, I can't say that. Heswell, we're here at Upton, and we're planning to go up near Southport, aren't we?
Down Southport to a place where I think it's called Mjol's Cop, and then we're down to Rainford,
Yep.
and that's near St Helens, and we're all based today.
Yeah, so we're hopefully going to get that last stop in. Obviously it depends on the timings.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'll carry on and we'll go from there.
Yes, well, I decided to start my YouTube channel because I was looking around, couldn't see anything to do with least used stations, apart from a couple of sites obviously that do just the least used station. Nothing was really done about the other stations along the line which aren't very well used, and some of them have a story to tell as well. So I thought, well, let's do a couple of series like that and see how well it goes. I also like to travel around about all the other different lines to see what stations are along the line that perhaps people haven't visited, and also the general infrastructure around a station, things that you might not necessarily see, like mileposts or things on a wall, a little bit of a plaque somewhere, and that's really how I got into it.
So of all your videos, which has been the most popular?
Funnily enough, not a least used station one. The Stourbridge Station Cat is definitely the most popular, but the least used stations in Suffolk series was quite a popular one as well.
Okie dokie. So what's your plan for the future at the moment then?
For the future, I want to keep on going to obviously other stations, but I also want to broaden out a little bit, see other lines in perhaps the southwest or even the northeast, and ultimately I'd like to go and see some of the stations on the continent, which are always fascinating.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you very much, John, and thank you for bringing me along today.
No, that's fine.
It's been really interesting. It's given me a day off. It might not look warm, but it is very humid and very warm.
Coat on. I don't really need a coat on.
So, but thank you, John,
That's
and
no problem.
we'll see you all later.
Thank you very much.